Welcome to Renaissance English Tuition Grammar Guide. Today, we shall learn the uses of present indefinite tense. It will make us know when to use this tense.
Number 1. Present indefinite tense is used to express habitual actions, that is, the things we do in our routine. This tense, that is first form of the verb, is used to describe the things that are our habits and that we pursue in our day-to-day regime. Let us see some examples to understand it better. I always go to temple. Rani brushes her teeth twice a day. He exercises daily. They always order pizza at the restaurant. Sarah does not smoke. All these sentences say what we are in habit of doing or avoiding every day, what we do and what we do not do daily. Therefore, the adverbs which are commonly used in this tense are always, never, seldom, frequently, occasionally, once, twice, usually, generally, normally, sometimes, often, and habitually, etc. Number 2. Present indefinite tense is used to describe the characteristics or features of something or someone living. In other words, it is used to describe a living and a non-living thing. With the help of this tense, we tell the qualities possessed and lacked by something or someone living. These may be the virtues or vices, merits or demerits, advantages or disadvantages, inherent nature of someone or something. Let us see some examples to get a better insight. My mother cooks very tasty food. Rani writes with her left hand. My brother's laptop takes a long time to start. This mobile does not work efficiently. His wife sings beautifully. Now comes the use number 3. Present indefinite tense is also used to describe any fact or general truth that is believed to remain permanently true. Examples are: the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This road leads to Delhi. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Children like to play with toys. Love makes life better. All these sentences represent the facts which never change and are always expected to stay as they are. And such types of sentences are made in present indefinite tense. Point number 4 says that present indefinite tense is also used for actions that are repeated regularly over a period of time, that is, for repeated actions or events. Examples of such types of actions are: Number 1. I visit Dubai annually. This event is repeated regularly every year as the narrator goes to Dubai every year. Number 2. It rains every June or July in summers. This action of raining is repeated every summer. Number 3. We enjoy 10 holidays every December. It is also a repeated event. Number 4. Birthdays come every year. Birthdays also come every year. Number 5. The sun rises at around 6 o'clock in India. This too gets repeated regularly. Hence, for repeated actions we use the present indefinite tense. The event may be repeated daily, annually or quarterly, etc. Now moving to the next point, the present indefinite tense is also be used in imperative sentences, that is in the sentences which have some command, instruction, request, warning or advice. Let us see examples. Stand up. It is a command. Please give me a pen. It is a request. Work hard. It is a piece of advice. Do not go to the woods. It is a warning or advice. Walk straight and turn left. It is an instruction. Therefore, in sentences having instruction, request, warning or advice, the present indefinite tense is used. Now the sixth use of this tense. Present indefinite tense can be used in exclamatory sentences, that is, in the sentences which express some strong and sudden feeling. These feelings can be of joy, sorrow, surprise, contempt, and admiration, etc. See examples. Here comes the teacher. There goes the bell. How well she dances. Here he comes. There she goes. Number 7. Usually stories are told in past tense. However, the present indefinite tense is used to tell a story in a dramatic manner in order to make it more interesting. For example, the Sultan comes and mounts his horse. He draws his sword out and rushes toward his enemy of many years. Suddenly, his horse comes to a halt, and this gives the Sultan a jolt. He falls off the horse and hits his chin on the ground. His enemy takes advantage of the opportunity and kills him. Notice all the underlined words. All the verbs are the first forms of the verb. Point number 8. Present indefinite tense is used in the reporting verb of direct speech to introduce a quotation. For example, Keats says, "A thing of beauty is joy forever." They say, "Honesty is the best policy." My mother says, "God is great." Lily and Chunmun say, "We are princesses." Chinky says, "Healthy body has a healthy mind." In all these 5 sentences, the reporting verbs say and says introduce a quotation. In the first sentence, Keats says, "A thing of beauty is joy forever." Says is the reporting verb and is in the first form of the verb. This verb introduces the quotation, "A thing of beauty is joy forever." Similarly, in all other examples, the reporting verb is in the present indefinite tense, say or says. Now let us talk about the 9th point, which is very important to know. Present indefinite tense is also used to express future arrangements that have been scheduled or fixed or planned to take place in future by any organization or authority in power. Let us discuss some examples. The first example is school opens on Monday. Although the school has not opened yet, it is scheduled to open on Monday. That is the future time. Yet instead of being written in the future tense, the first form of the verb has been used here. This is because will and shall are not used for planned things. Will and shall is used for expressing intentions, for things that we are willing or not willing to do. For planned future arrangements we use present indefinite tense. Similarly, in the second example, the train leaves at 10. The train's timetable has been fixed by the railway authorities. Therefore it has been written in the present indefinite tense. Then in the third example, the examination starts at 9. The examination time has been fixed by the authorities and cannot be changed at will, and therefore it is in the present indefinite tense. In the same way, the fourth sentence, the party starts in an hour, the present indefinite tense has been used as the party time is fixed and cannot be changed at any single person's discretion. Hence, it can be concluded that for fixed and scheduled events will or shall, that is the future tense, is not used. Instead we use the first form of the verb to talk about such arrangements. Now next very important point. Present indefinite tense is also used in adverb clauses of time after the adverbs like before, until, after, when and as soon as. To understand this point, let us see some examples one by one. See the first example. The adverb clause of time is composed of 2 clauses, the principal clause and the subordinate clause. The principal clause is also called the main clause, and the other name of the subordinate clause is dependent clause. Both the clauses are joined by an adverb of time. In the given example, the principal clause is "I shall leave" and the subordinate clause is "before he comes." These 2 sentences have been joined with the adverb of time, before. According to the grammar rule, The main clause is in the future tense and the subordinate clause is in the present indefinite tense. It is very important to know that after the adverb of time the present indefinite tense is used. In this sentence the conjunction or the adverb of time is before. In simple words, the present indefinite tense is always in the subordinate clause, after the adverb of time. And the future tense is always in the principal clause. Remember, we cannot say, I shall leave before he will come. Will or shall can only be used in the main clause, before the adverb of time. After the adverb of time we cannot use will or shall. After the adverb of time present indefinite tense is used. Let's move to the second example. I will wait till you complete your work. Like the first sentence, this sentence is also made up of two separate sentences, the main clause and subordinate adverb clause of time. The main clause is I will wait and the adverb clause of time is till you complete your work. As in the previous example here, too, the present indefinite comes after the adverb, till. It will be wrong to say that I will wait till you will complete your work. We cannot choose will after the adverb of time, till. Will can come only in the main clause. Now, let us see an example sentence with the adverb, as soon as. In the sentence as soon as the rain stops, I will come to pick you up. I will come to pick you up is the main clause. And, as soon as the rain stops is the adverb clause of time as it starts with the adverb of time which is as soon as here. Here also we can see that future tense has been used in the main clause and subordinate clause after the adverb as soon as contains the present indefinite tense, and saying as soon as the rain will stop is not correct. Now, the fourth example. She will continue her course after she comes back. The main clause in this sentence is she will continue her course. And this clause is in the future tense. The adverb clause in this sentence is after she comes back. And we can see that this clause is in the present indefinite tense. It is not at all correct to say she will continue her course after she will come back. In simple words, the main clause is always in the future tense. And the present indefinite tense is used after the adverb of time such as before, after, until, as soon as, and when, etc. Now a very important point to remember. The sequence of the principal and subordinate clause may change. The subordinate clause may come before the principal clause. But the adverb of time always come before the subordinate clause. And after the adverb of time present indefinite tense is used. Now let us move to the last use of the present indefinite tense, which says that present indefinite tense is used in some conditional sentences such as the zero conditionals and the first conditionals. To understand this point we have to study what are zero and first conditional sentences. Before moving to the zero and the first conditionals, let us discuss what conditional sentences are. In the simplest term, a conditional sentence is the sentence that describes some sort of condition, and its consequence or result. It expresses an action, which is only feasible if the given condition is fulfilled. See these examples. If water boils, it evaporates. Or, when water boils, it evaporates. These sentences have two clauses, the principal clause and the subordinate clause. The clause containing the condition starts either with if or when. And this is called the subordinate clause. And the principal clause contains the result or the consequence, which is obtained when the condition is fulfilled. In the given sentences, the result of evaporation can be obtained only if the condition of boiling the water is fulfilled. Such types of sentences are called conditional sentences. Mostly the conditional clauses start with if. That is why they are also called if clauses even if they start with when. This is because if can replace when and vice versa. There are 5 types of conditional clauses. Zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, third conditional, and mixed one. But today we shall discuss only those conditionals which may have present indefinite tense in them. So, let us start with the zero conditional. Zero conditionals are used to talk about facts or the things that are generally true, such as scientific facts. For example, when we heat ice, it melts. When we heat ice is condition, and when this condition is fulfilled the result of melting is obtained. And this is a verified fact which is universally true. Now see this sentence. If she goes to market, she will buy clothes. This is a personal example and is not applicable to every girl going to the market, even not to this particular girl going to market every time. Remember, zero conditionals do not contain specific instances of someone or something. Zero conditionals talk about the facts that are always true. To conclude, present indefinite tense is used for telling facts in the zero conditionals. In zero conditionals, the subordinate clause with a condition starts either with if or when. The independent or principal clause is in the simple present or present indefinite tense or imperative form. But here we would talk only about the present indefinite tense. See examples. If it rains, the drains overflow. If you do not water the plants, they wither. When she goes to market, she takes me along. If you do not brush your teeth twice a day, you lose them. When you smoke, you damage your lungs. See, all these sentences are either general truths or scientific facts. They do not apply to a particular person or thing but are universally applicable. The clause with if or when contains a condition, which when fulfilled causes something. Therefore the clause with if or when are called conditional clauses, and they are always subordinate or dependent clauses. The result or the consequence or the outcome makes the independent or main or the principal clause. The important point to note is that in zero conditionals, both the clauses are in the simple present or present indefinite tense or imperative form. Simple future tense cannot be used in the zero conditionals to express the result. It would be wrong to say that when we heat ice, it will melt. If you do not water the plants, they will wither. When she goes to market, she will take me along. If you do not brush your teeth twice a day, you will lose them. When you smoke, you will damage your lungs. Now it's time to discuss the first conditionals. Just opposite to zero conditionals, the first conditionals do not express general facts or universal truths that are bound to be true always. On the contrary, the first conditionals describe a given condition in the subordinate clause and a possible result in the principal clause. The result is likely to happen, that is, there is only a possibility of getting that same result. But, possibility does not mean a guarantee. The result may or may not be the same. See example. If you work hard, you will succeed. The subordinate or the if clause is always in the present indefinite tense and the principal clause is in the simple future tense. Under a particular condition, the mentioned likely outcome is supposed to come, but it is not always sure. The result may or may not be the same for different people or things under the same circumstance. Thus, in the first conditionals the if clause or the subordinate clause is written in the present indefinite tense and the principal clause is written in the simple future tense. See examples. If it does not rain tomorrow, she will come. If fate comes, Grandpa will buy lots of things for him. If I win a lottery, my cousins will feel jealous of me. If I read books, I will become wise. If my students follow my videos, they will clear IELTS. If the condition in the subordinate clause is fulfilled, the result in the principal clause is possible to obtain. If it does not rain tomorrow, it is possible that she will come. If fate comes, it is possible that Grandpa will buy lots of things for him. If I win a lottery, it is possible that my cousins will feel jealous of me. If I read books, it is possible that I will become wise. If my students follow my videos, it is possible that they will clear IELTS. But remember that these all sentences do not represent universal truths, because possibility does not mean confirmation, and results may or may not be same for all the people in the same situations. Hence, it can be concluded that first conditionals talk about the possibilities in the future and not confirmed facts. And in the if clause or the subordinate clause, present indefinite tense is used, and the principal clause is written in the simple future tense. Now we can conclude that present indefinite tense is used 1. To express any habitual action or routine. 2. To describe the characteristics or features of someone, living, or something. 3. To describe any fact or general truth. 4. To describe repeated actions. 5. In imperative sentences. 6. In exclamatory sentences. 7. To tell story in a dramatic way. 8. In the reporting verb of a direct speech to introduce a quotation. 9. To express fixed future arrangements. 10. In the adverb clause of time. 11. In zero and first conditionals.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications. See the description to follow us.